Nobody. I'm here today to play some more TF2, and I am playing as the demo man, as you can see, firing my lovely little grenades, and I am using the default weapons mostly. Well, apart from the bottle, I think the bottle is kind of stupid, so I use the frying pan. Well, so I have the stock grenade launcher, the stock sticky bomb launcher, and then I have the frying pan. The grenade launcher and the sticky bomb launcher are both strange, so you might see a few icons pop up now and again about me upgrading them, but that's not what I'm here to talk about, as per usual, because I never talk about things in TF2 that happen in TF2. Anyway, I'm here to talk about a personal annoyance of mine in video games, and for some reason, all of these commentaries have been things that annoy me, or something that have been close to me in TF2 recently. And I might broaden that out a great deal and probably leave video games a bit after a while. But for now, we may as well talk about the thing that annoys me, which is QuickTime events. You know QuickTime events. It's the thing where it makes you press a button to do an action in a game, and it's incredibly lazy, and it's mostly used if developers are too lazy to put in mechanics. It's like if you're about to get like chomped by a zombie, for example. Since I did my Walking Dead Let's Play recently, that was full of them. So in the Walking Dead recently, it was like press Q to lift up the thing, rather than like making some certain mechanic for it. No, they just kind of put Q in there. And I have a few annoying experiences with this personally. I've a few really bad ones. Of course, this entire thing started with Resident Evil 4. Now I know there was other games before, but Resident Evil 4 was the first huge breakout game with this in it. And it was kind of crazy when like you're watching a cutscene and suddenly you pick up your controller and fucking break out of relaxation mode and fucking freak out when you realize they have to press like B or something to stop a knife attack or something. And it actually was kind of exhilarating, because the first time it happened, it was slightly exhilarating. It felt like, oh my god, this is new, this is interesting. But then other developers just began to see it and went, oh wait, we could do that too if we wanted to. But instead of like, making it in random spots to catch you off guard, what they did was they just put it in random mechanics just to make it more difficult. And it was very, very, very annoying how often it came up. Now, of course, there was a load of occasions around a few years where it's happened and it's been very bad. Like, there was recently a Rambo game, which is universally hated, where it's like the QTs were the highlights. And you can tell it's a terrible game if the QTs are the highlights of the game. Because just, oh my god, QTs, they're so bad. Because even like, it's almost potluck how fast you press the button. Because sometimes the game's broken and even the QTs don't even work. And that's when you know it's a terrible game. But there are a few kind of games that were AAA and were very well loved that came out. Like there was this one game that I was like the one person who seemed to like it, and it was Halo 4. Halo 4 is actually not that well liked. It got fairly well good reviews, 7s and 8s out of 10, but none of my friends really like it. They all think it's a rip-off of Halo 1, which the story is slightly similar, I have to admit. An alien planet attacks, you kill the alien planet, the leaders of the alien planet gets away, that's it. But it's like, honestly, I was defending this game until the end while I was playing it. Like when people were saying it's terrible, you're gonna hate it, it doesn't lead up to the first 3 Halo games at all. I was defending it. I was thinking it's a good game. I had a lot of fun with it. And then, right in the end, just as a kick in the balls from 343, they went, oh wait, you were looking forward to this Didac boss fight? Oh no, we can't let that happen. How about we make you press A repeatedly? Doesn't that sound fun? And like, I just kind of flipped my shit. I was kind of like, no, QTEs have gone too far. They've gone too far. I couldn't even. I just couldn't process how annoying it was for me just to see these buttons in front of me after waiting hours for a good boss fight to come up, and then like nothing. It just gives you buttons, and that was the most annoying thing I've ever played in my entire life. But of course, to every bad side, to every cloud there is a silver lining. Like God of War, they did do QTEs right. If you feel force behind the QTEs when you press them, and there was another game called Kingdoms of Amular, which was this game where it was an RPG, but it was a really well made RPG. Like as in it didn't get the credit it deserved, in my opinion anyway. It was a really fun game, and they managed to do QTEs right, because basically for final finishing moves you had to do a QTE, like press B or something. I forget what it was, but literally if you didn't press it at exactly the right time, you only got like half damage. Which actually makes more skill involved in it and not just pressing a button. Which, you know, I think more developers should have done it like that. Too bad the guys who made Kingdoms of Amular, I forget their name, it's like 47 Studios. I think it was a number, definitely. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was a number. They closed down. So there was a lot of controversy on the guy who started it up. I think he was a football star or some stupid stuff like that I don't care about. And a lot of good people lost their jobs, and it was a pretty messy affair. But that wasn't QT's fault. In fact, they made that pretty damn perfect. God of War. When you play God of War, there was in boss battles, when you were finishing them off, you had to jump on them and then like do a certain thing to them by pressing a button. The only difference was it felt like there was motion behind it. You felt like you were ripping out that freaking Cyclops eye, and you felt like you were ripping off Hermes' legs, and you were kind of like, oh yeah, this feels good. And you know, it was also a good way of doing QTEs. They did it right. And in fairness, there's ways to do this. There's ways to do QTEs right, and there's ways to do QTEs wrong. That's just the way it is. And most people, they put their QTEs in boss battles, mostly in brawler games like beat 'em ups, and pretty much a lot of them have become God of War ripoffs. Yeah, it's kind of irritating that they've become God of War ripoffs, and they try to rip off this QTE thing, and it's just, you can't help but get really pissed off at all these different games that are ripping off God of War of all games. It's not exactly like the magnum opus of beat 'em ups. It's good, sure, it's not my favorite. And it's annoying me that QTEs are copying it. Anyway, the way I see it, video games are an immersive media, and QTEs are just breaking that immersive media. So I think developers, ye should tone it down a bit. That's it anyway. I'll see you again next time. Have a good one. If you like what you saw, feel free to see more. If you didn't like this rambling mess, then I won't see you again next time. Feel free to like and subscribe. Bye.